when you factor all of this stuff in, this is what you get. So Dr. Sargent shared with us the results of 10 clinical trials that are going on right now through the National Cancer Institute. It's part of the Alliance trials. And these are across multiple cancer centers across the country. And what is specified here is the optimal sample size and the optimal type 1 error if you want to minimize expected harm across these different stakeholder groups. Now, in all cases, it's specified in the trials as either 2.5% or 5%. That's what they're using right now. What this says is for glioblastoma, the optimal type 1 error should be 47.5%. And you know what? From a patient's perspective, I got to tell you, that sounds about right. I'm willing to take a chance of that kind of toxic effect because, you know what? I'm dead anyway. So please, please experiment on me. I'm happy to be part of this and put my results out there. They can't do that right now. There's no mechanism to do that, but that's what it says. And in terms of the Alliance sample, the sample size, if you want to have a 2.5% type 1 error and you want to have 80% power, you need to have these many patients in your trial. If you're willing to open up the floodgates and let there be a 47.5% threshold, the green is the number of patients you need. Smaller patients, higher type 1 error. One size does not fit all. You have to just tailor these kind of calculations to the particular need. Now, I want to make a few qualifications because 47.5% is actually an insane number. You know, if you say this to somebody at the FDA, you know, if they don't leave the room right away, they'll probably, you know, slap you first. Because what it means is that you're approving a lot of ineffective drugs. And the problem with approving an ineffective drug is once you approve it, it's very hard to get it off the market for a variety of reasons. And so we are not proposing that the FDA change their behavior right now. What we're suggesting is that we may want to create a new program of temporary approval. So imagine, if you will, creating an experimental therapies program where what you get is a 2-year license to market a drug to a very limited population with no off-label use possible during those 2 years. And during those 2 years, you have to report to the FDA regularly for every single patient that gets this thing. And at the end of 2 years, one of two things can happen. Either you can renew the license for another year, or you can approve the drug, or you can let it go. And that's the end of it. So our thought is that if you are actually able to do this, you can actually make a lot of patients better off right now without harming other patients and being able to take drugs off the market much more easily with this experimental therapies program. So anyway, that's a summary of what healthcare analytics can do. We think that it can actually have a real impact. We think all of you can have a real impact if you take these kinds of tools and make use of them. The hope is that when you combine these technologies with existing tools, we're going to actually dramatically speed therapies to patients.